It's another comment, right, that Snoop made on Big Boy that I want to get your take on. He said that Tupac choosing sides is the reason for his demise. And I'm assuming that he means like Tupac, him hanging around Suge and the Bloods that was around Death Row, is the reason for his demise.
Yeah, I think that's probably what he meant, you know what I mean, when he said Pac, his demise came from him picking sides, basically saying he was with the Bloods, you know what I mean? I think it's hard to say because you gotta realize Pac had a lot of Crip homies, you know what I mean? He dealt with everybody the same. I don't really think it was specifically because of he picking sides or he hanging more with Bloods. The incident just put him in that situation, you know what I mean? That fight. Pac could have just done that, not even around any Bloods or any Crips, get into a fight with the wrong individual. That can happen to anybody. You get into the fight with the wrong individual, especially an active gang member, it doesn't matter who you are, you know what I mean? Because before that, nobody wasn't banging on Pac saying, hey, man, you with the Bloods, and banging on them and trying to make problems. It was never that. You know, Pac had a lot of, like I said, he had, you know, Big Syke with some IVC. He had Manute. He had Paint. I think Paint was from the East Coast Crips from LA. He had Rated R. He was all, you know, from the Rolling 40 Crips. Pac was cool with everybody. He wasn't like running around banging on people. He had Speedy. You know what I mean? Speedy was also, you know what I mean? So I wouldn't say that when people start saying I'm hanging with Suge that the Crips started trying to pull up on him and bother him, because I was around LA with him. The people really had a lot of love for Pac. It just was that unfortunate incident that made the person, Orlando Anderson, retaliate. You know what I mean? When it's your time, it's your time. You know what I mean? I don't think Pac died because, you know, the person was like, you know, we're going to do a drive on Tupac because it was Suge. Because, you know, he was hanging around Suge and him for some time, for a while now. And he was walking around freely around LA. And Crips was showing him love. You know what I mean? I remember the incident. I got into the incident one time at the House of Blues. And I might have said it on your platform, I believe. And because of the situation, they was Crips. Pac was around, you know, Suge. And when the incident was about to really go off, you know, go down, they gave us a pass. They wasn't like, man, but you know what I mean? They was showing love. And Big Syke was there. Big Syke was from IVC. I don't really think that's the reason why, you know, he passed away. His death came by an individual he fought who was a known gang member who he probably would have done that even if Pac was a Crip. You know what I mean? Pac fought a dude who was known to be, you know, an active gang member from Compton. And that's what happened in LA, man. He came back and retaliated. So I don't think that you can say he picked sides like that, because Pac wasn't running around banging on anybody. You understand? His closest friends was Big Syke and Bogart, like his closest individual. You know, maybe just a couple months before he passed away, him and Big Syke ain't see eye to eye because of personal things, but they still loved each other.